let me start for a moment on the Garland thing. This is via Cagro X.
Great guy.
Do you know him personally?
No.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. But he is it Paul Waldman? Waldman. He is he's very well familiar with Senate rules, and apparently, what can happen in terms of Garland? We've talked about the idea that maybe there is a potential. What do you call it? Pick a potential recess pick, but highly unlikely, and because Obama would never do this. Now, problem we have here is that the Democrats in the Senate would never do this either, but there is an opportunity if they wanted to. And I think Crooks and Liars has written this up, and you can check it out there. But what could happen is on the day the new Senate is sworn in, there are only 64 sitting senators. 36. Was it 36? Oh, I'm sorry. There's 63 sitting senators plus Joe Biden, who is the vice president, until the 19th or 20th. So the 63 sitting senators, 64 if you want to include Joe Biden. 34 of those are Democrats. 30 of them are Republicans because we had more Republicans running for re-election and their terms are up. And what happens is Joe Biden gets the gavel in the Senate. He, instead of calling on Mitch McConnell as the leader of the Senate, he calls on Dick Durbin. And Dick Durbin places a motion to vote on Merrick Garland, to confirm Merrick Garland. Now, theoretically, right, all 30 Republicans would be like, we're going to vote no or we're going to walk out. Doesn't matter. All you need is for a quorum is the majority of, well, they've already have the quorum there with 64, is 2/3 of the Senate, and you've had it. They can walk out. It'll be 34-0. As quorum has already been achieved, they can stay in. It'll be 34-0. Boom. Merrick Garland is a Supreme Court justice. And this is not reversible. This is not a parliamentary, or I should say, this is not a recess appointment. A recess appointment is reversible a year later. Now, then I guess theoretically the question would go to the Supreme Court. Is this legit? But the Senate rules are the Senate rules. And there's really nothing that they could do about this. Why won't the Democrats do this? I don't know. I really don't know. It's perfectly legal. It's within the rules of the Senate. Is it any more dirty or underhanded than not holding any confirmation hearings on the president's Supreme Court pick because you don't think that he should have the right to have a Supreme Court pick? No. Will this happen? I don't think so. I don't know of any sort of organized movement to push for this. Now, of course, you'd have to get all the Democrats on board. Would Joe Manchin? Maybe you need just 31. Would Joe Manchin? He wouldn't do it.
Certainly
Would
not.
John Tester? Unlikely.
Heitkamp wouldn't. Thanks, Matt.
But
there's
31.
Do you think Tester 100% wouldn't do it? Like, is there any hope for Tester? Is what I'm trying
I
to
don't
say,
know,
or
but
is he
those are
quite at that
3,
level?
and that's 31. You would still have the majority. So will that happen? Unlikely. But I just wanted to put it out there.
It's a brilliant maneuver, and I could not think of a more deserving, like, how perfect would it be after this slow motion coup that they pulled over the last year on this to completely screw them over using something arcane and petty like that? It would be some great poetic justice and like totally appropriate. It was ridiculous that they did this.
I think we're at the stage now where no one can make an argument, it seems to me, that you don't want to attack the norms. I think we're just beyond that point.
No, if we keep playing by the norms, they'll keep pushing and pushing and pushing. I mean, it's already to the point of it's incredibly dangerous how much we've allowed them to reset the terms. And I would also add, in a similar vein as that, don't make it a left-wing justice. It doesn't have to be Merrick Garland that you do this maneuver with. Pick a progressive.
Right.
Pick a real liberal justice and say, screw you.
Exactly. Go down to the new school.
Go to the. This is a post-structuralist, transgendered Muslim with a Jewish as well as Haitian background, who does post-structuralist legal studies. So, welcome your new.
I haven't seen any other talk of it, but for something that CagRoX tweeted out, and they wrote up on Crooks and Liars, and that's it. That's about it. But I wanted to get that out there. I don't, as far as I can tell. Maybe we should just try and follow up with, but I don't see, there's nothing I've read about it that would make it sound like it's in any way illegal or reversible in any fashion. Hey, it's Sam Seder. Why don't you subscribe to this channel? You can do so right over here. Over. Subscribe.